Ellen DeGeneres has gotten a lot of flack for doing many bad things behind the scenes of her hit show. But the funny thing about this is that if you were to go and look at her show over the years, there's a lot of awkward moments strewn throughout the moments of hilarity and fun. From Ellen going too far to guests taking way too many liberties and more. So allow us to show you the top 8 most awkward Ellen moments on the show. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
Number 8. Ellen and Kanye. This is an awkward moment that we fully admit is not Ellen's fault. She was just an unwilling participant in the path of Kanye's, well, personality, or lack of filter, or lack of sanity. Take your pick. Anyway, this all started quite simply when Kanye West was brought onto Ellen's show, not unlike she had brought on many people of the music world before him. He even did a good job going and pumping up the audience in order to show that he was fully ready to commit to the show and wanted everyone to have a good time. But, like Kanye does, all it takes is one trigger to make him do something not in the best interest of the people. And in this case, Ellen had brought him on the show right after a big Twitter rant, and she asked him quite honestly whether he regretted doing those rants. What happened in the next 8 minutes was Kanye talking, and talking, and talking, and talking, and talking. Seriously, he would not shut up, and he wasn't even just talking about one thing. His topics wandered from himself to race issues to music and feuds and on and on and on. Where was Ellen during all this? Well, she couldn't get a word in edgewise, which must have been an odd experience for her. The crowning awkward moment, though, was when the camera panned to Ellen and all she could do was give a strained smile and shrug, showing she had no control over what was going on. Which is a lesson all of us could benefit from remembering. No one can control Kanye West. Number 7. The audience member trap. Here is another awkward Ellen moment that wasn't Ellen's fault to start, but she made sure it finished in just as awkward of a moment as it started. Yet, ironically, this whole thing started with Ellen trying to do something nice for her audience members. Mainly, she was offering them free Ellen swag with the condition that they could only take one item. So she sent the audience in waves to go and take part in this, and to their credit, 99% of the people followed the rules. Even showing some touching moments of one lady wanting to get 2 items but knowing she couldn't, and her friend offered to buy her the item she didn't get afterwards. But then, one audience lady barged in like she owned the place and started to take a lot of items, even snapping at others who tried to remind her of Ellen's rule. But she clearly didn't think Ellen would find out, so she kept on trucking and taking as many items as she could. Oh, Ellen found out. She'd put a hidden camera in there so she could watch and see what people did. And when she showed one woman taking the various things, she went off on her while she sat in the audience. The woman tried to explain, but Ellen shut her down, and you could see the anger on her face throughout all this. It was a rare, tense moment, only made worse when Ellen threw the woman in Ellen jail. Number 6. Ellen and Mariah Carey. Okay, this one was absolutely Ellen's fault, and you could argue that it's one of her most crude moments on the show by far, that was caught on camera at least. So one time, she brought on famed actress, singer, and diva, and fashion star Mariah Carey. Which should have been a fun time all around, right? Except that Ellen had heard a rumor that Mariah was pregnant, but obviously she hadn't heard anything official yet. So she decided to do a test. What kind of test, you ask? Well, Ellen decided to treat Mariah to some wine, which is a problem for various reasons. You see, if Mariah was pregnant, she couldn't drink the wine because that could have hurt the child. And if she didn't drink it and couldn't explain why, she would have revealed that she was pregnant. Mariah did her best to keep her composure, but Ellen pushed really hard, and whether you were in the audience live or you were watching from home, you could just feel the awkwardness of this moment. Number 5. The Sloth. We might be stretching that this one was awkward, but it is honestly a famous moment that had a very awkward punchline at the cost of a celebrity, so it counts. Anyway, one time Ellen had on famous actress Kristen Bell, from Veronica Mars, The Good Place, Frozen, etc. And the two were having a very basic conversation of things when Ellen brought up that Belle, for whatever reason, liked sloths. Belle admitted to this, and Ellen said that they had the cutest sloth for Belle to hold, and she nearly lost it. Until Ellen said she was joking, and Belle gave one of the biggest meme overreactions in history. You You had to feel bad for Belle because she really wanted to hold on to that sloth, but Ellen pulled a fast one. Not cool, Ellen. Number 4. Ellen and Caitlyn Jenner. This one is a bit of a case of tit for tat in terms of awkwardness. When Caitlyn Jenner revealed herself to the world, it caused a bit of a stir among people, because many saw it as courageous and others saw it as an overblown media stunt, and so on and so forth. Jenner made the talk show rounds and eventually wound up on Ellen, which should have been the perfect place for her because Ellen, as an out and married lesbian, is a huge supporter of LGBTQ+ rights, which Jenner was now under the umbrella of. However, as they started to talk, Jenner seemed pretty dismissive of gay marriage, even though she should have believed in it more than ever via her change. When Ellen called her out on this, even with Jenner backtracking quickly to correct herself, it got very awkward. Then, after the show, Jenner accused Ellen of changing the talking points, making her feel under attack, and more, while Ellen went on to Howard Stern and noted, "Maybe she didn't want to dance with me because I'm a lesbian." Shots fired. Number 3. Ellen and Sarah Paulson. This one is both hilarious and awkward in all the right ways. Because Sarah Paulson is known for series like American Horror Story, and thus you'd think, like Ellen did, that she is a person that likes to be scared or even isn't scared of most things. But in fact, she's very easily scared. And thus, in the course of about a minute, we saw a video of Ellen scaring her, then using 2 of her staff to scare her half to death. After the 3rd scare, she literally clung to Ellen's leg, and then went and hid under the table because she didn't want to be scared anymore. And honestly, we don't blame her one bit. Number 2, the scandal. It'd be impossible to do a list of awkward moments on Ellen's show without talking about the awkward moment that happened during these last few months in regards to the scandal that the show went through. In short, many former staffers on Ellen's show came out and revealed that Ellen was basically a monster to them behind the scenes. Her executive producers were racist, misogynistic pigs, and working there was an honest-to-goodness hazard to your physical and mental health. At first, the accusations were slow, but then they grew to be almost a torrent of stories and wave after wave of accusations. It might have been easy to count them as nothing early on, but fast forward a few months and there was a serious cancel Ellen movement going on because of how much information about Ellen had come out. Now, an investigation has been launched and the executive producers mentioned earlier were fired. Ellen, however, basically came out of this unscathed, and so many are curious about how awkward things are going to get when the show returns later this month and how Ellen will truly address what happened on her show. Number 1. Jenga. Allison Sweeney was on the show one time and noted to Ellen that she was a huge fan of Jenga. Her family loved to play it and they would do it for hours on end. So Ellen, being a big gaming fan herself, challenged Sweeney to a game of Big Jenga. Everything was going fine until Sweeney tried to reach high up to stack a piece, and then Ellen shoved her. It was a light touch to be sure, but because Sweeney was wearing high heels, she fell over, knocked over the Jenga tower, and then fell to the floor. Even Ellen was surprised by how that all went down and repeatedly apologized, but yeah, it kind of went too far. Thankfully, Sweeney had a sense of humor and was laughing about it as Ellen comforted her. But yeah, that was awkward because if she fell on her own accord, it would have been a funny joke about clumsiness, but no, Ellen pushed her for chuckles and then felt terrible afterward, as she should. So, what do you think? What do you think of these moments where things got really awkward on Ellen's show? Do you remember watching these live and seeing how awkward it was then? Do you now see just how awkward it could be watching or being on Ellen's show? Do you think the awkwardness will continue when the show returns? Let us know in the comments below, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.